Vanguard is an ever-changing game. For the last 3 years, we were playing standard format. However, Overdress ushers in a new era of Cardfight Vanguard, leaving standard to become V Premium. This week, we're looking at the best decks from the last set of that format before everything changes. This is Winning Images Standard Send-Off. Hey everybody, back for day 3 of Standard Send-Off. Day 3 is all about Zeal. And if I was to choose one word to describe Zeal, it would be versatility. This deck is extremely versatile and could take advantage of multiple engines of Dimension Police. So without further ado, let me show you guys what I mean with the deck profile. Starting off with the grade 3s, we play 4 copies of Galactic Beast Zeal. So when placed from hand, look at the top card of your deck, call it to rearguard, and if this unit is on Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards and it gets minus 5,000 for each marker on their circles. So this effect is really good going along with the Zeal theme, always being subtracting power from your opponent's Vanguard, and it has a really neat rearguard skill that could allow you to maintain advantage and fill up your field by calling a card from your deck to the field. It also has another Vanguard skill that counterblast one. You may put one or more rearguards into Soul, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and until end of turn it gets minus 10,000, and if your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, and if Devourer of Planet Zeal is in your Soul, this unit gets drive +1 for every 2 cards put into your Soul. So that's a little bit interesting how this card could really go. Because it's an axe skill, it needs to be on your Vanguard previously, because a lot of the Dimension Police engines take advantage of Brad Black. So Brad Black is one of the best cards in Dimension Police in my opinion, and you have to play Zeal or any Dimension Police deck with this card in it. This card is an ultra mega finisher, as I refer to it, even though that's kind of contradicting. It has a cool axe skill that counterblast 1, 3 units in your front row get plus 10,000 power, and then at the end of battle it attacked for free. You look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 grade 3 among them, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck, and if your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, discard 2 cards from your hand and superior ride that card as stand. It gets plus 10,000 and drive -1. So note that Zeal has to be placed from hand to get its skill and its axe skill. So this would trigger with Bloodback. And then the other part is the axe skill won't be able to happen until the next turn, but being able to extend further, and with the minuses that the Zeal deck does to your opponent's Vanguard and rearguard, it really just comes together nicely. And a card that could really take advantage of some of the minuses that you trigger on rearguard is Metalborg Sinbuster. So Metalborg Sinbuster is our last grade 3 of the deck. I prefer this over a Dizoris or a Dyliner simply because it kind of just extends your battle phase further. Although Zeal kind of calls something to rearguard, it's not guaranteed to hit. So I like Metalborg Sinbuster for that reason. This combos super well with Babak because when placed on Vanguard Circle, not when placed from hand, just when placed. Search your deck for one Metalborg Urbuster, call it to rearguard, shuffle your deck. This ensures that you could extend significantly further. Let's say you have a grade 2 rested rearguard, you could call the Urbuster over it after it attacked and be ready for another attack. We'll get into Urbuster later. And then act skill, it's kind of like Zeal, it has an act skill which you could do next turn. Until the end of turn, it gets plus 10,000 power and your opponent can now call grade 1 or greater cards from hand for the battle that this unit attacked. So just forcing your opponent to Sentinel, it's not bad at all. It's a really good combo with Bloodbag, but most importantly, I think it helps this deck a lot because you can minus your power, your opponent's Vanguard quite a bit. So giving you an extra attack just kind of puts it over the edge. And let's not forget the Bloodbag skill is for the units on the field. So you could not boost for 1 attack and then still be able to boost the Urbuster, so you're getting mega boosts on your attacks. Now on to grade 2s. Starting off, we play 4 of the Zeal grade 2. At Vanguard or rearguard, counterblast 1, rest 2 of your rearguards, and one of your opponent's Vanguards gets minus 5,000 for the turn. And if Eye of Destruction Zeal is in your Soul, which is the grade 1, you get to draw a card. So that's really good. And then when rode upon by a grade 3, your opponent's Vanguard gets minus 5,000 for the turn. This effect is super powerful. Just by having 2 of these, and on your grade 3 turn, if you save this one in your hand, or just call it and it survives, you could subtract 10k from your opponent's Vanguard. It's super good. And this could be done while they're at grade 2, putting them at 0 power. So it's just really effective. And like I said, even though you're not necessarily doing a bunch of the Zeal effects, the extending with Metalborg Sinbuster with Urbuster could get you some winning images. that you want to get off. It gives you a neat little finisher. And then speaking of Buster, we play it at 3 copies, 1 for each Sin Buster. So each time you ride Sin Buster, you could have a chance to pull it off. So one place, if you have a Vanguard with Metalborg, and its name Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's figures, retire it, and it gets plus 10,000 power until the end of turn. So this makes itself a 20k attacker. Usually you want to use the skill only when you have Sin Buster on your Vanguard circle, making it kind of limited in that sense. But because of the kind of minus powers that we get off on our opponent, it being a 10k base isn't necessarily that bad, because whatever attacks you do is always going to be forcing cards out of their hand. Plus, the art is sick. And then for kind of our techs, we play 1 Die Dumper. Die Dumper is kind of just a cool ride, but also a cool rear guard. It gains plus 10k when it attacks, and at the end of the battle, you retire it. So it's only for a rear guard, but then its Vanguard skill is all your grade 3 units get shield plus 10,000. So if you're getting rushed and you happen to ride this, you can kind of drop your grade 3s early. But the main grade 2 else that I really like is Quick Hero Active Mass. This is really good now because we have Twin Order, which can power up our Vanguard for us. So you can afford to go Force 1 and put it on your rear guards. And with 1 Force 1 and Broadback skill, it already meets that 30k condition. So it's really good to help you extend your battle phase. And that's it for grade 2s. Now into grade 1s. We play 4 of the grade 1 Eye of Destruction Zeal. Eye of Destruction Zeal has this really cool skill that when it's placed on Vanguard or rear, you check the top 7, add 1 grade 2 or greater Zeal, and then you could only use the same card name blah blah once per turn, hard once per turn. So this card's good. It's mainly here for the name, and you can search out whatever Zeal you may need. Like I said, you could do some cool shenanigans with this guy on rearguard, so I usually try and go for that. Or Zeal if I need to make a board. There's just plenty of versatility with this card, and can help you get whatever you need for whatever situation. Then I play 4 copies of Cosmic Hero Grand Rope, standard grade 3 searcher, not bad at all. And you just want to be playing the grade 3 searcher because you never know what grade 3 you're going to need for whatever situation. So just playing this in my testing over anything else just helps you ensure whether you need the buyback, you get it off. Or if you need the guarantee the Sin Buster in hand for a buyback skill, if you want to go for a finishing play with this Zeal on the board, really helps out a lot too. And then 4 Twin Order. This card brings the whole rest of the deck together. Being able to, when it boosts, give your Vanguard plus 10k for each of your horse markers. So it gives this deck a lot of versatility in the sense that you could put your Force 1s or Force 2s on your rear guards. So that's one reason why I like this card a lot. And I'm so glad that I finally got a reprint. So should you choose to get Twin Orders, they're not as expensive as they used to be. No longer a $30 card. Goodness gracious. And then for triggers, we play 6 crits. 6 crits fine. You just want to be able to have a good balance between your aggression and maintaining advantage. And for that reason, we also play 6 draws with our Sentinel draw. And then 4 heals and Black Boy as our starter. So Dimension Police was kind of a weird deck for me. I don't know if you guys remember my Building Kagero series. You're actually supposed to have a Building Robo series right after that. And I completely did episode 1. I had a whole new twist. I even had the game filmed. It was all ready to go. But I got so busy planning Cardfight Con that I couldn't finish it. And by the time I had time to really sit down and edit it, all the cards that I kind of got for it some of them are still in the deck, but it became kind of irrelevant for, I would say, the state of my channel. And as much as I really wished I could have put it out, I still enjoyed playing Dimension Police at the end of the day. And I do want to shout out my teammate John Howard from Triple C for hooking me up with DP and really just introducing me to the clan and making me love it as much as I do now. It's just been a fun ride with DP since I kind of just started playing it in the V series, and I'm glad I got to play this deck and the Sin Buster especially.